On first glance at Cejudo and Demetrious, I know people aren't fired up for that. I know they aren't. Nobody seems to be talking about it. They weren't fired up for it the first time, and it seems to be getting dismissed this time. My evidence that it's getting dismissed is it's been demoted. The last time they fought, it was a main event for the world title. Rematches, historically, are good for business. That's why they do them. You don't put guys in there a second time against each other unless it's good for business. Well, we're seeing it here, but now they're the co-main event. Same weight class, same guys, same championship on the line, lower on the card. So that's not a great sign. And I would never dismiss one of those guys. I would just speak to a potential opportunity that did get burned, which was TJ Dillashaw wanted to take on Demetrious. And Demetrious said no. And I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. Now they're going to fight on the same card, separated by an introduction and a walkout song. That's it. The same card, the same city, the same night, both licensed. But they're not fighting each other. I would like to know why. I don't know if I would like to know why. I think more I would like to share my opinion on that with Demetrious. I'd like to win him over to my side. Because I would love to see that match. And I do think that is the kind of match that changes a guy's life. I do think that Demetrious deserves all of the credit he gets for being the greatest fighter in the world, pound for pound. I think he just lost that ranking, but he didn't lose any fights, so he shouldn't lose that ranking. The point is this. I think he deserves those kind of credit, and I don't know that he'll be able to get it over the long run. I think that people will look back at that division and then speculate and say, well, yeah, but you were in a division and people weren't very good back then and blah, blah, blah. And none of that's true. Those guys in that division are amazing. Henry Cejudo's amazing. Joseph Benavidez is amazing. I can go through the list of all the guys he beat. They're all amazing. But they aren't all extremely well known for being amazing. So he won't get the credit in the long term, right? That's the one thing we do know about fighting. It does have a certain element of popularity. And if you don't have the popularity, you don't get to go down as one of the greats. And if you don't go down as one of the greats, and Demetrious beats you, Demetrious doesn't get the credit. See where this becomes a problem for Demetrious? So as fans that have been along for the ride from the beginning, we've only wanted one thing from him. We wanted him to fight TJ. And it wasn't because we wanted to see him get beat or TJ get beat. We just looked at it and go, whoa, that's an interesting fight. Demetrious has an incredible skill set, as does TJ. TJ's got a whole bunch of guys to fight between Dominic Cruz and Cody Garbrandt, but he already fought those guys. He already gave us those matches. So who's next? Oh, wait a minute. Demetrious. Demetrious didn't have anybody compelling. Oh, wait a minute. He's got TJ. It just all worked out. And Demetrious said no. And I don't know that Demetrious is having harder fights. What TJ Dillashaw is an extremely rare talent. I think several of those guys that Demetrious has been in there with are too. They just aren't as known. I think Cejudo's a rare talent. He was a 20-year-old Olympic champion. He's only like 28 now. Fighting for his second world mixed martial arts world championship, and still is an Olympic champion. That's a rare talent. So I don't know that things are harder, but Demetrious, by what we were told publicly, valued that fight more. And he wanted to be paid more. And Dana, from what we're told publicly, said, I agree with you. I don't know for sure. I don't feel like gambling on this one. But I will bring you along on the pay-per-view ride. So let's go do some business. And, well, no, I don't know that I want to be along for the ride. I want my guarantee to be higher. And that's just kind of where they lost each other. And the reason I share that, the reason I would share that business with you is, one, it was made public. Neither of them shared that with me privately. That was public, and I'm just repeating what I was told. But the reason I bring it up for you is, boy, they're almost saying the same thing. I'm not really sure when I hear that argument where we're disagreeing. I mean, I do get it that Demetrious, boom, I need a guarantee that's higher. And Dana going, I've got a contract with you, so don't mess with me on that. I've got a legal contract with you not to do that, but I have also incentivized you legally by giving you pay-per-view points. And this is the one where we can go cash in, I think. Let's try. Demetrious also saying, I think it's a big fight. Okay, well, we're saying the same thing. But somehow they missed. And that was the part for me that was a little bit frustrating. Like, as I heard how those negotiations went, I'm going, wait, guys, you're kind of saying the same thing here. It seems like that we're not light years apart. There's not a lot of daylight between what Dana's saying and Demetrious is saying. This is close, but it's still missed. It's still missed, and I want good things for Demetrious. I really do, because he deserves them. And he works hard, and he's an incredible talent, and he's a nice guy. I don't know why he would miss that one, though. And I don't know that that's a fight that can be made later. Right? I mean, there's just a lot of things that have to happen. That's a big gamble. If Demetrious is holding out, going, no, I want TJ, I'll just take him down the road. It's not the same. Unless TJ beats Cody and Demetrious beats Henry, which is certainly possible. But you're a hell of a gambling man to put all of those things on the line for your career to eventually put a fight together. That's not going to be that much bigger. There's no scenario where that's a mega fight. But for that division, and I'm talking about Demetrious specifically, that would be the biggest fight it had ever seen. I don't know if you could say that for TJ. TJ's actually had some very big fights.